Look at your playoff picture. Jonathan Jones, Joe Musso, Bryant McFadden, Patrick Peterson in to assess it all, fellas. And our eyes first go to the AFC because what looked more concrete at the beginning of the day feels a little bit more open. Despite the loss by the Denver Broncos, they still maintain that top seed in the conference, Mac, but I think the loss offers hope to others that might not have been there. Specifically, let's talk about the Los Angeles Chargers. Yes. How real is their route to not just the top of the division, but maybe the top of the conference?
Welcome back.
It's very, very real. Because of their success, they've put themselves in a position to challenge the Denver Broncos for that top spot in the AFC West. Now, the road for them in doing that makes this next game extremely important for the Los Angeles Chargers. If they take care of their business Saturday against the Houston Texans at home there in SoFi Stadium, it puts all the marbles in the middle of the table in that final game against Denver. Now, remember, in September, the Chargers took care of their business against the Denver Broncos. They're at SoFi Stadium, so they already have a game in hand over the Denver Broncos. But when
Welcome back to Unplugged, presented to you by DraftKings. The crown is yours. Today we got a special episode. We're out here in LA, teaming up with Meta and Threads to sit down and have a great conversation with the head of Threads, Connor Hayes, and then also a friend of the program, Kendrick Perkins. Make sure you guys tap in and enjoy.
What's going on with some of the other teams, a la the New England Patriots? Who knows what could happen the final 2 weeks of the season as well. But right now for the Chargers, they're living in a real world. Realistically speaking, they could potentially win the AFC West.
And we're looking at this in the context of Week 16, where we did see that Denver loss and a near miss against the Las Vegas Raiders for the Houston Texans, who looked far more human than they have across this winning streak they've put together, Pat. So let's keep that hypothetical going and let's move it forward, because it would not just be a premium matchup on field, but on the sidelines as well. Two high-level head coaches in that Week 18 matchup between the Chargers and the Broncos. What do you see schematically in those two, not just head coaches, but coaching staffs?
Man, it's going to be a great matchup coaching staff-wise, just because of Sean Payton and his pedigree. Jim Harbaugh and his pedigree, what he was able to do in San Fran and Michigan and coming and turning around this LA Chargers team in the last 2 years. Then Sean Payton, what he was able to do. I said this when both of these coaches got hired to this division, that there are new kids on the block, and right now they're flexing their muscles. And the Kansas City Chiefs, just not this year, but moving forward, they're going to be looking over their shoulders at these two teams just because of how they're built. They have a quarterback. They have an offensive-minded head coaches. They pack good defenses. So therefore, they're going to be challenging the Kansas City Chiefs, not just this year, but moving forward.
It's a great point. They are offensive-minded, but it feels like defense is always at the forefront for those two gentlemen. JJ, we talk about the importance of the one seed for a multitude of reasons, but a specific reason for the Denver Broncos as well. Not just home field advantage there, but a unique one.
A unique home field advantage that I think these two guys can speak to far better than I. But you talk about a home field advantage, and I think we learned from the 2020 season that without fans in the stands, home field advantage doesn't really exist. It exists in Denver. It exists in Denver because of the altitude there. And that is the biggest reason why they have always, over eras, over decades, over sports, not just the Broncos, but the Avalanche, the Nuggets, they have home field advantage. And we saw the numbers right there. The Broncos win at home better against the spread than really any other team. In the playoffs, when they're underdogs, they've been 3-0 at home. I'm sorry, B-Mac, you know about one of those games.
No, I don't.
Okay, but the rest of the NFL is 500, and so that's why it's so crucial for the Denver Broncos. Yes, everybody wants to play at home. Everybody wants that first round bye, of course, but the home field advantage in Denver really matters. One interesting note, though, if the LA Chargers wind up getting home field advantage, we know the Rams are very likely, well, we believe the Rams are likely to have some home games as well. You can't play those games on the same day. So you're going to have a Chargers in the AFC playing on one day and the Rams in the NFC playing on the other day. If you get to the conference championship game and you have both of these teams in there, they won't play on Sunday. One will play on Sunday. The other will play on Monday.
The altitude effect, as much as it's made out to be?
It is. It is. I think it's the biggest adjustment is the first time playing in that altitude.
Yes.
When you've been there one time before, you kind of understand it and know how to adjust to the new conditions. But for the most part, man, just getting over that first hurdle of being there in Denver is the biggest adjustment.
I got married at altitude. My aunt kicked her kicked her walker over. She was cutting. I'm not saying it's apples to apples, but we'll see what it all adds up to, and we will see if Denver can get it to come through their building. We love when you're in our building, and we love when you're in the comments as well here on YouTube and on CBS Sports HQ. Some of those comments have not been the nicest from the fans in Duval, as they feel we've glossed over their team, one man specifically. B-Mac, we're not gonna run the clip.
That was AI.
But there were a couple quotes about this being an in-the-way team. How has your opinion of the Jags changed?
But first and foremost, I would like to apologize to Duval, right? Because someone created an AI video of me saying months ago that the Jacksonville Jaguars would not make the playoffs. So I apologize for whoever made that video. Disregard that. But I'm here to say right now, when you look at the Jacksonville Jaguars, I gotta admit, I have a newfound respect for the Jacksonville Jaguars and what they're doing and what they could do in the playoffs. And that starts and it stops with the quarterback, right? In the last 4 ball games, Trevor Lawrence has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
12 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And it seems like he has a new comfort within this offense, not to mention what Lim Cohen has built. The foundation that he has created there in Jacksonville is firm. Defensively, a very, very feisty group on all 3 levels. They do a great job tackling, and we're seeing some outstanding coverages being put on display from the guys in the secondary.
Yeah.
And so when you talk about Jacksonville currently, as we see it now, they've earned their stripes, in my opinion. And I believe not about if they get into the playoffs. When they get into the playoffs, they won't be an easy out, especially with their quarterback playing to the level that he is. Like you said, he's earned that paycheck right now. You can't question it.
It's the total sum of your 53, but you're going to go as far as your quarterback can take you, and it looks like for the first time that Trevor Lawrence can take this team beyond maybe just a single win or being competitive or making the playoffs. Pat, we're looking at the schedules here. You can't put them in the win column until they play them, but we're probably, or at least the percentage will tell us, we're looking at a 13-win Jacksonville team. Can you wrap your head around a 1 seed in Duval? Other things would have to happen elsewhere.
Yeah, but they definitely would need some help. But I mean, if it happens, what a remarkable sight that would be to have a number 1 seed team in Duval. But the way that Trevor Lawrence is playing right now, the way that their defense is playing, Travis Etienne out of the backfield, on the ground,
catching passes.
They are a very, very explosive team. But I truly believe this: the signing of Jacoby Myers have really, really unlocked this offense. Like he scored every touchdown he's been in except for today. He's opened up other windows for receivers like Parker Washington. Parker Washington today, he had a phenomenal game. BT is starting to get his stride back. So this offense is moving in the right direction at the right time.
JJ, you got anything on home field advantage when a pool is in the stadium?
I love the day.
How does that play?
That pool would be a lot of fun.
Shock it.
So 2 things here. First of all, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the help that they need, it can happen. The Denver Broncos need to lose 1 more game, and we know that the Broncos still have the Chargers on their schedule. They have the Chiefs on Christmas. And the New England Patriots need to lose a game. Now, that one's going to be a little tougher. They have the Jets and the Dolphins left, right? And then the Jaguars have to win out, of course, to get that number 1 seed, and that would be a first-round bye for the first time since 1999 for the Jaguars. So can happen. We'll see how it winds up happening. The other thing, Liam Cohen and these Jaguars, if you talk trash about the Jacksonville Jaguars,
they will let you know.
In the midweek press conference.
Small market team?
Small market team. That's what Sean Payton said. And everybody's like, well, no, he was just saying, so, he was just stating a fact. Come on now. Sean Payton wasn't just stating a fact. He slid that in there.
No question.
And everyone in the Jacksonville Jaguars building heard about that. And you remember Rewind a couple months ago when Robert Saleh said that completely unnecessary thing about stealing signs or what legal stealing, I guess is what Robert Saleh accused him of. And then they beat the 49ers, and he was trying to shake Liam Cohen's hand. Everybody's like, I'm not shaking your hand. So 0-2 when you talk trash about the Jaguars in midweek press
conferences. Liam Cohen, potential coach of the year?
Absolutely. As a voter, this is a really, really hard group of guys. Because there's Mike Vrabel, there's Ben Johnson, there's Kyle Shanahan, there's Liam Cohen.
A lot of first-year head coaches.
Kind of can't go wrong with any of them.
I agree.
Best odds we're looking at right now at plus 850. Respect to that team who keeps receipts. Respect to you fans who do as well. We appreciate you tuning in with us here on CBS Sports HQ. Let's flip our focus here to the NFC side now because it's interesting. we have 5 of our participants, seeding not yet set, but just 2 open spots in this NFC playoff picture. That's going to likely be the 4 seed with the AFC South. We know it will be, and a remaining wild card spot. That wild card spot will be filled by the Green Bay Packers with the next Lions loss or Packers win. It looks like we know 6 of our 7, and then whoever comes out of the South. We're going to have a lot of new blood, Mac, in this NFC playoff picture. Give me a team that you're confident in, a team that you like to not just be there, but to be there maybe when we're talking end scene stuff.
I mean, I just love the new parity in the NFC because you look at the 4 divisional leaders, 3 did not make the playoffs a year ago. So the transition that we've seen from being inconsistent to being a hell of an organization has been well documented. But for me, I love what Seattle is doing. Of course, didn't make the playoffs a year ago, but was very, very competitive.
Yeah,
year one. Yeah, very close. Year 1 under Mike McDonald. Added some new talent on both sides of the football field. Of course, a new quarterback. And now seeing them sit in the top of their division. I believe even if they don't win their division, just getting into the tournament, they can shake up a few tables, move some tables over, and kick over some televisions. Because of their style of play, hear me out. Defensively, they have the #1 pressure rate in the National Football League. No one pressure opposing quarterbacks better than Seattle, right? And that travels, not just at home, but on the road. Secondly, when you talk about the balance that we're starting to see now with Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, make sure you got some cheese with that wine. Not to mention the passing game, right? Having Rashid Shaheed in the lineup, JSN. And what we saw, I think, was the maturation process for him having a horrible 3 quarters of play on a national stage. But like I said, having the memory of a seal or a snake, being battle-tested and still coming up big in big moments, I think that will help his growth moving forward. So I think that's a team, like I said, they can move some furnitures once they get into the playoffs.
Come playoff time, that goldfish better be able to swim for 4 quarters, though, because you're not going to have everything happen the way you need it to, the way it did on Thursday night, including that crazy 2-point conversion that we saw.
Sometimes you need the ball to bounce
held, whatever you want to call it there, right before the kickoff. Pat, we're looking at these teams. We have 2 that have punched tickets thanks to Mac's Pittsburgh Steelers taking down the Detroit Lions, that being the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears, who also won a wild one on on Saturday night. Who do you think maybe can make a little noise?
Man, I like Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears. What they are able to do on the offensive side of the ball as far as running the ball. Caleb Williams is playing much more responsible than he did in the first month being in this Ben Johnson offense. In the defense, the way they are able to take away the football. Yeah, they're a little bit optimistic, but for the most part, they get takeaways, and when they do get those takeaways, the offense make them pay. So during this time of the season, December, January, you have to pack special teams and a running game and a defense as well. And right now, the Chicago Bears have one of the best running games in all of football.
You're either turnover reliant or you are opportunistic at this point in the season. They've done it for 16 consecutive weeks. JJ, I know you're glowing about Ben Johnson's Bears right now as well.
Absolutely. And they're the team that I could see not only getting out of the wild card game, but potentially getting to the NFC Conference Championship game. And it is that run game. And it is that defense, and it is taking the football away and winning the turnover battle. It is hurting the opponent, putting some real licks on them in January when it's cold and you don't want to get hit like that, right? And it is that this team, the Chicago Bears, have won in every way imaginable this year. They've won when they got lucky. They've won when they had some flukes, when there was some magic, when they created their own luck and created their own magic, when Caleb Williams is making the throws to win the football game. And so because of all of those things, I have seen enough now from the Chicago Bears where I can comfortably say this is a team that should be in the Final Four, that very well can be in the Final Four. And the way that I have seen them win on Black Friday and then just yesterday against the Green Bay Packers, I would say, this is a team that I may actually be disappointed in them if they are not playing in the Final Four because of what I've seen from them.
How quickly expectation can change. That is the case in Chicago. You hear that, fellas? Music's getting quiet. Find a chair. It's almost over soon. A look here at your odds to win the Super Bowl, and despite dropping that one to the Seahawks, we still have our same favorite.
The Bears.
Still no respect. Keep sprinkling, man.
Put a hot 100 on whatever their odds.
Why not?
Yeah, a hot 100.
You got 2 teams there out of the NFC West. Your first and second favorites. The Bills, despite some of their issues, third in line, according to our friends at FanDuel. As for your draft order, the Giants drop another. You want to figure out that top overall pick? Week 17, Giants and Raiders. We'll bring it to you here on HQ.